So I have a project I've been working on this since 2017. I wanted to do a type of virtual wall, and it's going to be 22wall.org. Should be rolled out in about a month or so. And the idea behind the wall is about 4 points. One, it's honoring, remembering history of our dead because of suicide, and that's like I said earlier. There's an open. I think there's so many different ways to commit suicide. So, like Samuel, to me, in my own heart, would qualify. That's up to somebody to put them on the wall. I know it's 22 too many. I went to their website. They have a couple hundred people that have been listed as heroes. They call them. The information, it'll be similar to that, but more in depth in a way that everybody can kind of interact with that posting. So one, it's the honor, the memory, and history of our dead, but two, to make a connection. So maybe there can be some comments back and forth. Family members can meet members of those that might have served with the loved one that's posted. Third, data gathering. And I know everybody's like, well, data, like it's private. We kind of want an open source. I'm hoping that this will help us as a community dealing with suicide, but also medical community, that we can kind of maybe see indicators, maybe see common threads. I hate to be a spotlight to say like, okay, suicide, for example. It's in our community, it's in our society, prevalent right now. Yes, the military has a higher incident of suicide, so it kind of puts a spotlight on it, and it's difficult for even me to say it, but as a veteran, I'm preconditioned to this particular problem, and just be honest about it. But even as a whole for military, we have other spikes too. We have higher spike in cancer. We have higher spike in getting in trouble with the law. I mean, as a percentage. And I sometimes think, well, is that because of the nature of us that join the military, or is that something that the military, just is part of the leftover of training in the military, because what they ask us to do, so it makes us that more susceptible to these issues. And then fourthly, for the website is obviously to provide some information on suicide awareness and how that operates. And to me, it's my only way of it's my way of addressing the issue. You have your way of addressing the issue. Frontline, backline, sidelines. If everybody can pitch in, that's what we're asking. I think a lot of the time. I am foreseeing and I'm planning in the future, if we get donations to this website, is to part of the proceeds go to this project. The project is supported by some of our Vets Helping Vets, but it's a standalone website to honor these guys. What's your thoughts on this project I'm working on?
We talked about this a little bit before, and I think it's a great idea. And one of the things I want to focus on is the connecting part. So the families, these families do really well connecting, and they become, they're in a club, they're in a group that they don't want to be in, but they connect really well. And last year in Colorado, I delivered a bench, and it was really a difficult delivery. They all are, but this one was really difficult. The mom was just like, she was shaking. And one of the other moms came with me, and she's the one that presented the bench. That was so much better. For two women to sit there and hold each other, crying, it was hard to view, but it was also beautiful. So when these families get together, they go to TAPS, they go to those kind of meetings, but when they get together and they do things together, it's a way to heal. It's a way to move forward. There's losses. I say it over and over again. These losses are tremendous. Sometimes it's an only child, it's an only son. And a lot of times they're young, 21, 22 years old. So. But if you do something to help the families and to also raise awareness, that's important, that's valuable, because this is a monumental problem.